Starting on your back and happy baby, take the arms through your legs and take hold of the outer edges of your feet as you stamp the sacrum on the ground and bend the knees toward the floor. We'll straighten out the right leg, gripping where it makes sense to grip. And then draw that leg back in. Extend the left leg off to the side, slide the hand where it feels like it should be. And then come back to neutral, happy baby pose. Let's extend both legs off to the side. Encourage them wide with your palms. We'll extend our arms up overhead, taking palms together. First big core exertion, 10 of these, pumping forward, exhaling to do it. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Forceful exhales, soft inhales. And then inhale, extend, arms up above the head, join the feet together, and then bend the knees into your chest. Extend the right leg long, hug the left knee in. We're going to kick forward with this left leg, but keep hold until you sit all the way up, and that's our core move. Exhaling, roll down, knee into chest. Knee moves forward, sitting all the way up. Roll back again. Right leg can lift. Roll right back up to sit tall. Breathe the heart up. And then exhale, roll back, and we'll switch. Drawing the right knee into your chest, extend the left leg long. Kick the right shin into your interlaced fingers until you sit all the way up, breathing into your heart. And then exhaling, roll back. 2 more times. Inhale to sit all the way up. And exhale to roll back. Once more, inhale, sit up. And exhale, rolling back. Draw both knees in this time. We're going to roll right up into a standing forward fold, dangling over softly bent knees this first round to open up the belly of the muscles. We can find our Ujjayi breath here. And then drawing the heart forward, take an inhalation. Exhaling to bow down, forward fold. Again, inhale, peeking forward. This time, step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Right foot to the back of the mat. And we're sitting up in plank pose. And we're actually going to hold for a full minute here. So you'll notice I'm going to shift and shimmy just ever so slightly. It's like a coping mechanism so that I forget that I'm hanging here. Check to see that you're pretty stable. The hips aren't too high or too low. Nice and broad through your collarbones. Hugging in the sides of the waist. Shooting heels away from heart and heart away from heels. At the same time, draw the wrists towards your toes and the toes towards your wrists. Keep trying to soften your face, your jaw, keeping a neutral neck, and breathing fully. If you need to take knees down at any point, certainly do. But if you can hang on. It's only 15 more seconds. Any little rocking forward to back, side to side can sometimes help. Squeeze the arm bones together powerfully, drawing the shoulders down towards your pelvis. Nice hopeful gaze forward. And then finally lowering all the way down to your belly. Rolling the shoulders way back and peeling up for a favorite feeling, Cobra. I love to stretch my neck. Exhale to roll down. Forehead can touch. And then press hips to heels, find a child's pose. And then roll forward, finding downward facing dog. Move around, bending into a knee at a time. Find your place here in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sweeping the right leg up high, we'll stack that hip, bend the knee. Left heel stays heavy. Waving forward, right knee taps left tricep. Exhale. And inhale, shoot the right leg back up. Exhale, right knee right towards your chin. Nice and tight. And then inhale, kick back. Core activation. Right knee touches right tricep. Lift it up as high as you're able. And then kick all the way out. Right knee rolls back into center. Place the foot between your hands with care. Grounding the back heel. We'll straighten the right leg and peel open to Trikonasana, our triangle. breathing long in every direction. And the core is so powerful, and everything else just seems to grow outward from it like rays of the sun. You can open this left arm as wide as it'll go, maybe even wrapping it around your lower back, snuggling it in where it fits. Bending into the right knee, let's take a side angle pose. And you can choose to lift that right arm, but you don't have to. Long breaths. Heart rolls open. And we'll come all the way back up, taking reverse triangle. Left hand slides down left leg, and the side body opens. Now bending into the right knee, cartwheel the hands all the way down. It's just the left hand that's going to stay, and prepare to bear weight. Because we'll move into a side plank, or maybe you'll modify that side plank. If you'd like to take a tree pose here, feel free, right arm reaching high. Oblique work to lift these hips. Sweet breaths. Might extend that right leg long and then step behind. Let's stretch the abdomen in Wild Thing. Pose and counter pose all the way through. Now, how slowly can we roll down? This right foot's going to land at the top of the mat. If you can, with control. Take time, press the foot down, and then slide the right hand underneath your right shoulder, building your Ardha Chandra Halfmoon Pose. Tipping weight heel side, you might lift your heart so high you just balance on fingertips. Exploring the shape. You could even half bind like we did in Trikonasana. If you like to float this bottom arm, float the bottom arm, maybe reaching it forward in the room, palm will face up. We'll take this slowly down, placing the hand, bending right knee, and building a peaceful warrior. You could keep this half bind if it feels great. Rolling the hands all the way down now. Bending the right knee and hugging it into your chest. You're going to try to hollow out the front of the body, pushing the shoulder blades away from one another, hugging knee in and heel in, and then extending the right leg and taking the vinyasa of your choosing. Slowly lower. Rolling through, free up the chest. And downward facing dog. Waving forward, find your plank pose. And then hips will lead you back to downward facing dog. Just such luxurious movements, savoring each and every one. Wave forward again, rolling through a vertebra at a time. Plank pose, then leading with the tailbone back to downward facing dog. Sweep the left leg high, stack your hip, bend your knee, and open it up. And right heel stays heavy. Roll the left knee in, tap it to the right tricep. Exhale to do it. And then inhale, sweep back out. It looks so soft and gentle, but it's strong work. Left knee rolls into the chin, and then sweep back. Left knee taps now, left tricep, exhale it forward. And then inhale to kick back out. With so much care and so much intention now, place the foot between your hands. Use the abdomen to find this, nice and slow. And then we'll roll the back heel down, straighten both legs, and roll into our Trikonasana, extending long in every direction. It's by hugging the belly back, finding Uddiyana Bandha, that the rest of the body can grow out in every direction like rays from the sun. And feel free to explore it, opening this right arm beyond vertical, spinning the heart up toward the heavens. If you like the feeling of it, wrap the arm all the way around your back body. Snuggle it in where you can. If you want to, you can lift the bottom palm. Don't feel obligated. So we'll bend this left knee and find side angle pose with the hand lifting or not. Spin your heart up as high as it'll go. Long breaths. Savoring. And then powerful legs float us back into reverse triangle. The right hand slides down the right leg. Left arm reaches. It's just freeing up space for Prana Shakti as it flows. Uninhibited. Clearing obstacles. And then rolling down, left knee's going to bend. We'll cartwheel hands. It's just the right hand that stays and the left arm that lifts up. You can step into a modified side plank, just halfway back or all the way back. Maybe you play with Vrikshasana here, tree pose. Hips lifting high, so there's targeted oblique work. Extend this left leg. Let's take a step behind. And we'll find our wild thing. Good stretch for the abdominal muscles now that they've been working so hard for us. And with so much intention, so much focus, you're going to start to roll this over, placing the left foot as slowly as you physically can at the top of the mat. If you can hover for a second, bonus. Left hand slides underneath the left shoulder. We peel the right side body open for Halfmoon Pose, Ardha Chandra. A lot of left hip work, but a good sense of your core in space and an attachment of all the limbs right into the core body. Makes floating possible. So if you want to play with it, do play with it, and right arm can wrap again. Maybe you even hover these left fingers or reach the palm forward. Taking the exit slow, left hand touches the ground, left knee bends. Staying low for a moment. And then building Peaceful Warrior. Free up the left lung, reach back, and then roll all the way down. Plant your hands. Bend the left knee a lot and kick the heel to your glute. Hug the knee in towards your chest and push the ground away as though you could make your own arms longer. Broadening through the collarbones and then kicking the left leg back, taking vinyasa flow your way. I think the slower the better. All muscles integrate, form a relationship. Take your time, luxuriate at the heart opening, and then we'll meet in child's pose, pressing hips to heels and taking the arms alongside the body so the shoulders have good rest. And feeling the sensation of the heart slowing down. It's like we're pooling up our energy and preparing for our next big core-centric exertion. And here it comes. So reach your arms forward, place elbows underneath shoulders. We're going to hold a Dolphin Plank here. So here again, it's another hold. Keep squeezing your elbows together. Sometimes they want to slide wide, but make sure they're underneath your shoulders. It really helps to spread your fingers wide and try to keep your forearm bones parallel to one another. It's good preparation for forearm stand. Powerful legs, fiery legs. Hugging the belly in, the sides of the waist in. You might be able to broaden through your heart. Kicking the heels back, but dragging the elbows towards your toes, toes towards your elbows. Where there is heaviness, there is light. And we find this sense of play, sense of absurdity every time there is discomfort. We find a level of comfort in discomfort. It's exactly what yoga asks us to do. Now we'll draw the hips up high, walk the feet in, so finding dolphin, and then straightening arms and refinding downward facing dog, pressing your heart towards your legs so you get that counter pose, good openness there. We'll bend into the knees, stretch the arms forward, and then let your heart drip to the ground. For Anahatasana or puppy pose, you could bend your elbows, keep your palms behind your head. Feel this through the armpits, the triceps, the pec minor, the lats. It's so enjoyable. It's even a baby back bend at your thoracic spine. Then we'll draw the hands back underneath, elbows drop. Coming into our dolphin, not yet done. Right leg lifts high. Some core work here. Draw the right knee towards your chest and then extend all the way up. Again, exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, draw knee in, engaging the iliopsoas and the deep core muscles, transverse abdominis. And then hopping forward, fiery right leg. You can either hang here, take a few hops, bring it to the wall, or come all the way up into forearm stand. Only in this forearm stand, we're really working the height of it. How tall can you be? If you hug the belly in, hug the ribs in, maybe even drop the right knee in towards your chest, it'll help us iron out a back bend. Our right foot's going to drop, left leg shoots high, and we'll walk our way into a standing split. Left leg as high as it'll go. Now we've integrated a lot of the body into the core. It's a good chance for handstand hops if you want to play with them. Feel free to pause this, bring it to the wall, try another inversion, or fast forward through it entirely. I'm just going to hang out in a kind of a one-legged handstand, right knee dropping, just to keep the engagement of the psoas. Eventually stepping the right foot back, dropping the left knee down. Sweep the left arm up high and take a twist to the right. Elbow's going to hook, hands draw into your heart. And if that didn't seem all that smooth, maybe the next time you do this one, it will. If you have the room to do it, bend the left knee and draw that foot up and towards your glute with the right hand. So that quad and hip flexor opening after all the work they're doing for us. We'll drop the left elbow down if that's possible. If it's not, hand is perfect too. So here's stage one, is that modified dolphin side plank, or step all the way back, full dolphin side plank, eventually finding this wild thing right on your elbow. Explore. And we draw it down, hands plant, come right into plank, and clear it out. Vinyasa flow. We'll meet at our downward facing dog. Preparing for these forearm stand hops on the second side and little core work first. So plant your elbows down underneath your shoulders. Stretch the left leg high. And then exhale, draw that knee into your chest. You're activating the deep abdominal muscles, activating the deep hip flexors. Again, lift up, exhale, hug it in. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, hug it in. Now the core is activated. Kick it back up this time. Either hang here, bring it to a wall, hop in a little bit. You can play hop or even roll up into forearm stand. In your forearm stand, can you stand tall upside down, hugging the ribs in, the belly back, firing up the legs like you're trying to step on the ceiling. To add a dimension, drop the left knee in towards your chest. And then step the left foot down, drag yourself into standing split. Our Hanuman legs here prepare us to get all the way upside down in handstand hops if you'd like them. Play along with me. Eventually, or pause, bring it to the wall. It's your practice, your playtime. So I'm just going to plant my hands and take a few handstand hops, hugging the left knee in toward my chest, keeping the pelvic girdle even so that it has a nice relationship with my abdomen. So left knee draws down. Some say this can over-tighten the psoas. I'll just be aware of it, but it's essential to activate, learn how to activate in order to capture handstand. So step the left foot down, the right knee's gonna set all the way down, sweep the right arm all the way up, and then take our twist to the left, hooking this elbow, drawing the hands into your chest. It's like nice, sweet, sane counter pose after all of that. You can bend into your right knee and reach back for that foot with the left hand if possible. You can always strap it up or put a sock on the foot here if you can't reach. So amazing to stretch open the hip flexors after all they've done for us. And then release it. See if you can set the right elbow down. If it doesn't work, the hand will do just perfectly. You can step halfway back for modified dolphin side plank or all the way back. Keep lifting the hips high. And then after stabilizing it, as long as this is okay with your shoulders, left foot steps back and we build this wild thing from the elbow, maybe. When you roll out of it, left hand plants, right hand plants back into downward facing dog. Open the heart. And then wave forward, plank pose, lowering all the way down, or chaturanga. Breathing your heart open. And then refinding downward facing dog. Preparing for a seated position, let's come up onto toes, bend knees, and step or hop to sit all the way down, finding Dandasana to start, staff pose. Making our way to the top of the mat, we'll bend our knees and we'll end up lying back in sort of a plow position. It's really just a transitional position because we're going to end up bending the right knee and trying to roll forward and catch it, maybe lifting weight off the seat. Bend the right knee way forward, maybe you can hover the hips. Use your hands if you have to, and we'll do it again. Roll back. This time the left knee bends. Can you stamp the left foot down, hips lift high? And again, roll back. Bend your right knee, other side. Lift the hips as best you can. Roll back. Can you do it with breathing? Left foot stamps down, hips lift, inhale. Exhale, hinge back. Bend the right knee, stamp the foot down, lift the hips, and then set down, roll back. Left knee bends, stamp that foot, lift your hips, inhale, exhale, roll down. Both knees come in, right knee bends, lift up again, and then set it all the way back. So much control, left knee bending and lifting. A little grace if we can find it, roll back. This time, rolling all the way up, bend both knees and take a seat. Bending both knees in, hover the shin bones parallel to the ground for this half boat position and hands at your heart. Elbows nice and wide as you twist to the left and then back to center. Twist to the right, exhale. Inhales to center. And we'll keep going. Exhale left, inhale. Exhale right, inhale. To the left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Keep your heart lifting, left, center, right, center. Keep going with the pace of your breathing, knees squeezing together, and the heart lifting high. Take hold of your feet, bring them together, take the knees wide, and we'll find Baddha Konasana, like a butterfly shape as a counter pose. Folding forward, allow the head to go heavy. You could bring a pillow or a surface like a block underneath your forehead if that feels better. Find the softness after all that work. We're here for 10 more seconds before we prepare for more rolling from plow into boat-like shapes. And breathe on up, draw the knees in, and roll back. Take a plow position, preparation pose this time for half boat. So you're going to roll forward. See if you can not rely on momentum. Shin bones parallel to one another, palms as well. And then roll back, take another plow pose. This time, find full Navasana if you can, this V-shaped straight legs. You can always come back to half boat. And again, we'll roll back. This time, maybe you can take hold of Yogi Toe Lock. Keep straight or bent legs. Come all the way up. Breathe your heart up. And then we'll keep on doing this. Just roll back through plow. And any one of those will work. Half boat, full boat, or Yogi Toe Hold. And then roll back. Fiery abs, come back in, and again, roll back, plow shape. On the inhalation, lift your heart, boat shape. Again, roll back, plow. And then come all the way up. This time, left leg straightens, right knee is bent. Sweep your arms up and fold down the length of this left leg for Merici pose. We had flirted with it earlier, and now we get to savor it. Draping the body over the leg, the spine gets a chance to lengthen just as much as the left hamstrings. Feel free to stay here for the next bit, or we're going to end up working on an arm balancing core pose. So you'd hug this right shin bone in with your right forearm, squeeze it in nice and tight to your rib cage, and that's the important setup. It's kind of like you're going to bind Merici. So if you can let go of your hands, plant them on the ground, hug the left knee up, and just hover your hips. That's stage 1. Maybe you can hover the left leg as you lift your hips, stage 2. Maybe you can fully extend the left leg, lift hips so high, dome the upper back, look forward, straight arms, everything squeezing in, and then setting it all the way back down. That's the work. Sweep your arms up, and then roll back, plow pose. Let's come on into the second side. Left knee will bend, right leg is straight, reach tall, and then fold forward. Keeping space between the vertebrae, even at your neck. Body opens subtly, slowly. And then decide if you'll stay here or work a bind or work this arm balancing core pose. Left knee hugs in nice and tight with the help of your left tricep. Palms touch down to earth. You can lift your hips or lift the hips with the right leg. Maybe even keeping that right leg fully straight. Hang out in it as long as you're able. Maybe straight arms, hips so high, dome into upper back. Can even bend the right knee and then set it all the way down. Arms lift up. And we'll counter this by lifting onto the balls of the feet and pointing the knees as far forward as you can. This is really amazing for the hip flexors and the quadriceps. Be careful with your knees though. We'll bring this into a reverse tabletop, lifting the hips, broadening the chest, and allowing the head to drape back. You might be able to open one shoulder at a time, feel the sides of the armpits opening, sides of the ribs opening, and breathe the front body big. We'll hang here for another, 10 seconds actually, before we find a little more core work and weight borne on our arms. Get big belly breaths, chest breaths, lifting the upper body. And then on an exhale, can you slide your hips between your arms, lift them up high. And we'll roll onto the back, crossing ankles, and hopping through a vinyasa flow. You can always step through, skip it. And we'll meet together at downward facing dog. Downward dog, savor it, move around in it. I'm preparing for the final stretch here. Some more core work on our backs. We'll step or hop through to lie back. And extending both legs, keep them in this vertical plane as best you can. Arms up overhead. Exhale to lift the hips and keep moving. And do it fairly rapidly 20 times. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Keep going. Just the subtlest movement. Belly hugs the spine. You can even tip it to the left for 4. Tip it to the right for 4, still lifting though. And let the inhales be passive. Maybe double pumps. X, X, lift high. Inhale, set it down. X, X, lift high. Inhale, set it down. X, X, inhale. X, X to lift. Inhale. X, X, inhale. Extend the left leg. Exhale, whole body frames the right leg for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Switch sides and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Lie all the way back. Switch side, a round of 1 all the way to the right. Inhale, switch sides, come up to the left all the way. Inhale, switch. Exhale, all the way right. Inhale, back. Switch sides all the way left. Inhale, back. Switch sides all the way to the right. Inhale, lie back. Exhale, up all the way left. And we're going to counter pose it. Bend your knees, plant your feet, and set up for a bridge pose. Lifting the hips high as we ground the heels down. If you can reach your ankles, go for ankles. You get this huge abdominal opening. If you want to pick it up into a full wheel, you might do that as well. Anything you can do to stretch out the long belly muscles. Make this back bending time your own. Feel free to come on out, hug knees into chest, or come back in. Or to take this deeper in any way you know how to or love to. I'm going to play with Viparita Dandasana here, so I'm going to take my elbows all the way down to the ground and extend the legs forward, opening up chest. And then come on out however you want to get out. You can set it down, hug knees into chest. You can stand up. You can kick it on over. But we'll meet in a counter pose if you're on your back, hugging knees into the sides of the ribs. It's nice to rock side to side. If you've flipped all the way over, a child's pose. Soaking in a little downtime. If you're not there already, make your way onto your back, drawing the knees in. And keep the low back heavy on the mat and sway so gently all the way left and then all the way to the right of the spine. You might even feel the muscle above the rim of your pelvic bowl. We're trying to massage these, and we'll take a gentle twist, knees all the way off to the right, left shoulder's heavy. Knees drape over to the left, the right shoulder plants. Soft twist, looking right. And then draw the knees back in. Take the soles of the feet together, lift your face towards your toes. And then when we let the feet down, keep them in a frog shape. It's almost like a goddess, except the soles of the feet aren't quite together. They're spread as wide as the mat, and the knees are wide. Just so forgiving and opening for the pelvis. And breathe a softness all the way into the first 2 chakras, from the seat into the belly. Connecting into the ground. You can stay here or extend your legs fully, taking the more traditional Shavasana. Stay for as long as you like, well beyond the video if you want to. Thank you so much for watching today. Take care.